It's great. And we're in wine country, and we still have more NASCAR Trackside Live for you guys, the fans.
Absolutely do. Who's waiting for our next guest, Riverdale's Skeet Ulrich?
Come on up here, Skeet.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hello.
And welcome.
Great to see you here. Pleasure to meet
Thank you so much
as
for coming
well.
out. I appreciate it.
And
He's got some giveaways.
Throw these.
Yeah. Here, let's see who we got here. Make some noise. Oh, nicely done.
Woohoo!
And there's a mic right behind you there.
There you are.
Have
Great
a
to have
seat.
you out here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Welcome to
having me.
NASCAR Trackside Live.
We are live?
Yes,
Yes,
we are
we are
live right
live.
now.
All
Yeah.
right.
Say hello.
Wave and say hi. The fans are early, hardcore fans coming out to the track.
I must be right along with them. You know, many years ago, my brother and I grew up in this sport, and we would have to find our way into the track. And sometimes we would hide in the race car, in the hauler, when we would come in on Wednesdays. In those days, you used to qualify. And occasionally we get caught, and we get thrown out of the garage. And we would always find our way back in. And once we got back in, they wouldn't remove us. But we knew our way around every track on the circuit, the back ways in. I mean, it was so much fun.
Well, you know, you're a famous actor, but your roots are in racing. I mean, you grew up in Concord, North Carolina. Your uncle, Ricky Rudd, amazing driver. Yeah.
He said, what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, buddy. He won here twice.
He did, and we dug through the archives just for you.
Oh,
and
right
we
on.
found the winning
You have a
photo
treasure.
from 1989 from his first win.
That
Yeah,
was
the
the
inaugural.
race.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So we've got that photo right now. I think we
let's
can
see.
And
pop
he
it up
won
here.
again in 2002.
Was it 2 or 5?
I don't know.
Two.
Our fact
2?
checker said 2. So
I don't know. I don't
You know
know.
what?
We'll have
You
to
know
look
what?
back
You're
on that.
family, though. I trust
here's,
you.
Here's 1989 right here.
Wow, look at Linda. Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Amazing. That's so cool. Oh!
Oh!
What a great
There's
photo.
your
Look at that face.
Jeff, can you see those? Yeah.
That's incredible.
Wow.
And then we actually have some video too of his 2002 or now Skeet is saying 2005. Matt, back in the truck, what do you think? 2002 or 2005? I need you to fact check it for me.
We should text Ricky,
We'll just
but
put it
I think
out.
it was 5.
He's a
wasn't
winner. He won.
Yeah, he
Two-time
did.
winner.
Yeah.
He did. It was the 28 car. It was the Haviland car, the Texaco car.
Yeah,
When
you're
he
right. Oh
won.
yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, here, 2002.
Is it 2? Oh, man. Yeah.
28, taking that high inside.
He
real
actually
tight.
won here 3 times,
Oh, that's right.
but they took one of them
Yes.
away against Davey Allison. The
That's
only
right.
race ever where you cross the line first, take the checkered flag, and don't get the win.
And get black bagged after.
Yep,
That's
yep.
right.
Yeah.
Man, you know your stuff.
I've been
It's
around.
family. You happen to know things about family.
Well,
you know?
now that you've got it, I'm sure you've got some stories. Talk to us a little bit, maybe some behind-the-scenes stuff that these fans don't know about. It's something you've seen or heard, a story they'd maybe like to hear from racing. You know.
From racing, the best driver I ever saw, and I don't know if anybody remembers him anymore, but Tim Richmond.
Yes. Oh yeah.
My dad brought him into the sport. My dad, DK, ran many seasons in NASCAR, and then when he stopped driving, he still owned his team, and he brought Tim Richmond into the sport from Indy. And Tim was the first real rock star of the sport.
Yeah.
Greatest guy. He would take my brother and I to the Concord Fair, and he was just a great guy, but the best I've ever seen. And Pocono one year, he had dominated the race, and with about 2 laps to go, he called in he was running for Rick Hendrick, and he called in, he said, "Boss, watch this." And Rick's like, no. And so he let Earnhardt by on the white flag lap, and then ran him into turn 1, got right up on him, lifted his back wheels off, got him loose, and took off and took the lead and won it. But he was that cool.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, boss, watch this.
So racing runs in the family. What made you want to jump over to an acting career?
I don't know. I mean, at that time, and certainly in our family, being sort of back markers in the sport, we didn't have any money. So I didn't really have an opportunity to even getting into go-kart racing. It's definitely in my blood, something I've always had a desire to do. In fact, my son started running bandoleros with Haley Deegan when he was 9 years old. They were running out at not Fontana. What's the name of that track? Anyway, outside of Los Angeles. No. Jeff, what's the name of that track that Jacob ran at? Irwindale.
There you go.
Thanks, Jeff.
He's my fact checker. So I don't know. I left high school in North Carolina and didn't know what I wanted to do. I went to UNCW in North Carolina as a marine biology major, and oh yeah, we all right. And I started building sets for their theater department, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks that I had to be on stage. And so I transferred to NYU and studied there for 4 years, and then just started making movies. And
Yeah, you've had quite the career too. I mean,
it's been long.
My generation is Scream, so that's it. That's what I know you from.
Yeah.
Riverdale now, though, is a huge success. What is it like coming back and being a part of something so huge to this generation?
It's different in the sense. I mean, Scream was massive.
Yes.
And I've worked with Oscar winners, directors, had films nominated for Oscars, but that was all pre-social media. I had a show called Jericho. It was massive, but it was pre-social media. So now what you see is this influx of fandom across, like your generation. You guys consume TV in a very different way than our generation does. So you start to see this. I mean, we went to Paris last month. 1,000 people outside the hotel, 100 people sleeping on the streets outside the hotel waiting to see us. And you never really realize, and in fact, I tell people all the time, it's when you're filming, or for me anyway, when I'm filming, I forget people are even going to see it. I get lost in the making of it and telling the story and who I'm playing, and I forget people are actually going to see it. And then you go somewhere and you realize, oh my God, this thing is
people
massive.
People are watching this.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. It's been the first thing I've really been a part of that's that big and involves social media in such a huge way, and it's great. You get instant feedback.
Well, yeah, the good and the bad.
Well,
yeah.
Amy and I were talking. We like to play games with our guests and celebrities and drivers here.
Oh boy!
And so what we've done is we put together a little trivia game for you. It's really simple.
Oh, no.
And what we did was we went through.
Can I have a phone a friend?
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, we will. We'll do a phone.
You can be
we'll
the
do a
phone a
lifeline
friend.
for.
I'm gonna have Ricky on
fan
speed
right
dial
here.
here.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, seriously, get Ricky on the phone.
See if we can get
he can
him.
help you out, because what we've done is we pulled together a list of drivers' names in a game we like to call Actual or Actor.
Oh.
So this will be a real race car driver name or an actor race car
I hope you have
name.
Cole Trickle on there, because I
Dang
know
it,
that.
come on! You can't spoil it!
All right.
All right, Amy, why don't you kick us off with our first actual or actor?
Actual or actor? Trip Murphy.
Trick Murphy? Trip Murphy. Wow. I mean, there haven't been a ton of racing. I'm going to say that's actual.
You say that's actual?
No?
He's a character in Herbie the Love Bug.
Oh, my goodness. That is hardly a racing film. All right. Wow, you're going that far back. All right.
All right, I know. Now he's like,
I'm going to look up, what was Paul Newman's character's name?
Yeah. See, you're already ahead of us. All right, here we go. Actual or actor? Banjo Matthews.
Wow, man.
Banjo
I mean,
Matthews.
that has to be actual.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
Right. Yes, Banjo
right?
Matthews. Very good.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I'm trying to be a writer, like a script writer in my head.
Right,
Would anybody actually call a race car driver Banjo?
Probably not. All right, next one. It's a little on the tougher side. You might need to phone a friend.
All right.
Lightning McQueen.
Anybody want to? Is Lightning McQueen real or? No, he says no. I'm gonna go with it.
Ding, 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 you're right. Correct. Well done.
He's very serious about his decision too.
He's like, dude, you're dumb.
All right, this next one is a two-parter, and it is Cole Trickle and Dick Trickle.
I knew Dick Trickle, and that is fact, and Cole Trickle is not.
Well
knew
done.
Dick Trickle?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Really well?
Well, not really well, but I was around him a lot.
Nice.
I was around the garage area in his day, for sure.
That's cool. All right.
Last one for me anyway. Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, he's a racer.
Yeah, he is
ding,
a
ding.
racer. He's a fan favorite here at NASCAR Trackside.
know.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
He's game for anything.
Really?
Yeah, love that man.
All right, here we
Nice.
go. And the final one, we're going back in time. Charlie Croker.
Charlie Croker?
Croker.
Croker.
Charlie Croker.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to say that is an actor.
Ding, ding, ding. Well played.
Yeah.
That was the original Italian Job driver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
the original.
Yes,
You
the
really
old
went
school.
back in
Yeah,
time.
heck yeah,
We're
man.
not even talking Marky Mark.
I need to know. So you said you're working on script writing and you're keeping things up here. What if you were to make a character for yourself who was a NASCAR driver? What would your name be?
Well, I wrote a pilot that HBO is really into, and it sort of chronicles my mom's life in this sport. I don't mention NASCAR. I don't mention anything. We may see a racetrack every 10 episodes, but I use it to set the stage for a woman who loses her husband, who is existing in a very masculine sport, trying to raise 2 kids and conquer a masculine world. And I wrote a loose version of kind of a compilation of a few drivers, Tim being one of them, and I called him Rich Markinson. But it was really because those names can change as we get into production and stuff like that. But Markinson is one of my dear friends' last name, and so I kind of blueprinted it in. But I don't know. That's a good question. I was doing some action films early in my career, and I thought I should have a different name for action films. And I went by that old adage of your first dog the street you grew up on.
Right.
Yeah.
We did the same thing earlier for a motocross trick. We had Haley Deegan on the stage.
Yeah.
And it was your first pet's name and your favorite breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So get mine.
All right.
Well, you know DeRuyter Road, I'm sure, in Charlotte.
Yep.
Which is what Hendrick Motorsports is on, all that. So I grew up on that street.
Yep.
So I would be Dude DeRuyter.
Dude
What?
DeRuyter.
Right?
All right, that's not a coincidence.
That's pretty good,
it needs
right?
to happen. It needs to happen now, right?
That's right. Well, final question for you. You're here at Sonoma Raceway today. You've been hiding up in the haulers, et cetera. Are you gonna where are you gonna watch? Are you gonna be in the stands? You're gonna be down in the pits. Where do you want to watch the race today?
Well, we're going to start in turn 11 because I've sat there before about 4 years ago and watched Tony Stewart win from there. That's a great place. And then we're going to go down to turn 4. I haven't been to the track since they took out that section, and now you've got you're on 2 wheels coming through there, so we'll check that out for a while. I think we're just going to bounce around and turn 7.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come to turn 7.
There you go.
Yeah, we're my brother, he works for SMI, so this is one of his tracks, and he's got the lowdown on where to be, and I'll follow him around.
You're going to get it. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Well, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys.
Fans,
Thank
you
you.
have a good time with
Thank
Skeet
you,
Ulrich
guys.
here.
Thank you.
Give it on up for him. Give it up for him one more time. I'm certain he'll make it over to turn 7 for you as well.
I'll be there.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to NASCAR Trackside Live. It's been so much fun out here at Sonoma Raceway. Remember, tune into the Save Mart, Toyota Save Mart 350 today on FS1, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific.
That's right, and we will see you guys in Kentucky from wine country to the Bluegrass State. We'll see you at Kentucky Speedway. Thank you so much for coming out to NASCAR Trackside Live.